Shabbat Shalom, welcome to a video on Parashat Tazria Metzora. When we get to these parashiot, there's always a challenge. Tumah, tahara, purity, impurity, negaim, skin discoloration. We start hearing these parashiot, our eyes begin to glaze over. It's hard to relate to it. But maybe share with you an idea that maybe possibly we can relate to a little bit. Idea of tumah and tahara, purity and impurity, really represent two realms. Purity is the realm of Kedusha, the realm of mitzvot. A person surrounded in an environment of positivity that lifts a person up, elevates him. And Tum'ah, we can say, represents the world of negativity, the world of Isur, prohibition. Parashat says, I want you to keep away from that, because that's going to affect you negatively. But fascinating, Shlomo Melech extended the concept of Tum'ah and Tahara to one place, which the Torah doesn't discuss. And that's the Tum'ah of the hands. Independently, Shlomo says, the hands can become Tameh. Even though a person is 100% pure, they didn't come in contact with anything which was Tameh, which is impure, his hands are in a state of Tum'ah. The Gemara in Revi says, when Shlomo Melech decreed, one of the first decrees in history, that the person's hands are tameh, a heavenly voice came out. It says, Beni, my son, im chacham libecha, if your heart became wise, yismach libi gamani. Hashem says, I'm happy. Shlomo Melech understood something. See, he understood there aren't just two realms, the realms of mitzvot, of purity, and the world of tumah, a world of impurity. But there's a third realm, the realm we called Reshut, a realm of we're allowed to interact. It's not necessarily a mitzvah, but not necessarily an averah. So eating, for example, to sustain ourselves is a good thing to do. But in that realm of Reshut, we have to be careful, because we can eat to sustain ourselves, to enjoy. We all love a good meal. But we can also become gluttonous, and people of Ba'alei Ta'ava, of desire and engrossed in food 24/7. Right? And that's not who we are. We need to work to sustain ourselves, provide for our family, live comfortably, enjoy life. That's great. But if it becomes an obsession, that's our whole life. We all recognize that's not who we are. There's more to life than just work. The hands represent our interacting with the world. See, our feet take us where we need to go. That's part of our body. Our hands go beyond, connect to the outside. The outside can be positive, but the outside can be also negative. So our hands, which are constantly interacting with the outside, it's not possible. We pick up negative influences because the world out there is not great. Even though we interact with it, we have to. We always pick up things which are not great for who we are. So Shlomo Melech instituted, before you sit down to eat bread, wash your hands. Recognize you're entering. Don't bring the world of the hands back to yourself. Wash them. Separate between the outside world and yourself. Before you enter a Bet Knesset, before you enter a shul to pray, wash your hands. Recognize there's a sanctity. You're doing something elevated here, something different. Don't bring the outside into the shul. You got to separate. You got to clear your head. Recognize you're praying to a creator. Wash your hands. Kohanim, every morning they bless the congregation. Birkat Kohanim. Even though they just wash their hands for tefillah. But before they do Birkat Kohanim and bless the Jewish people, the conduits of Hashem's Barachat to us, they wash their hands. Recognize that we're doing something elevated, something different. The hands represent this idea of the outside. We have to be careful when we interact with the world, what we bring home. That's the idea behind the Tum'ah of the Yadayim that Shlomo Melech instituted. Understood, there isn't just a world of Kedusha, of mitzvot, a world of Isur, of prohibition, of Tumah. But there's a whole world of Yadayim, where we interact with the world. And it's impossible not to have the negativity stick to your hands. So don't bring that home. Wash them. Before we do anything sacred, we wash our hands to personify this idea, to separate between what's outside and what we bring home. Shabbat Shalom.